Hello, everyone. This is Kavfire here with a stream video, something a little bit different today. Um, as you can see with me, I'm in Tabletop Simulator. Now, what I have here is something I found not too long ago. Um, but we have Warhammer 40K in Tabletop Simulator, 10th edition. So what we have here in front of me is all of the combat patrol armies. I have never ever played Warhammer 40K. I've always wanted to play Warhammer 40K, but the models are really expensive. But thanks to uh, the modern work of what is his name again? Chichi or something? Let me double check. Yeah. So this mod is actually made by Commander Chi-Chi, I believe, Chi-Chi, I believe, how you say it, which adds all the combat patrol army sets um, into Tabletop Simulator. He's added all the cards and whatnot, um, so I can just drop these into a game and play them. Um, So, and there are, as you see, there are a number of armies. We're gonna actually look at all of them. I believe yes. We have here. I think this is the Death Guard. Um, no, this is the Mechanicus Adeptus Mechanicus, I believe. Um, no, no. Uh, no, I think this is the Adeptus Sororitas. Yeah, this is the. Let's actually pull up the website so I actually know what I'm talking about. So I think this is the Adepta Sororitas. He actually, I think he does actually have it in, uh, based off of, yes, he does. So I'll actually pull up the website and pull it to the side. So we have the, uh, Adeptus Sororitas, the Adeptus Custodes, which are the Emperor's Guard, if memory serves. I am still somewhat new to Warhammer. Um, 48. I watched a couple battle reports, but I've never played the game, as I said. And then we have the this is an Adeptus Mechanicus, followed by the Adelary, and then we're gonna go over here. This is the Astra Militarum, or the Imperial uh, Guard. No, I think this is I think the Astromitarium are like yeah, I think they're Imperial Guards. Um, and then we have the Black Templars, followed by the Blood Angels, which are a chapter of Space Marines, heavily featured in uh, what was it called again? I haven't actually played that game in a long time. Um, uh, Warhammer Dawn of War. That's right. That's what it's called. Um, and then we have, I believe these are the Chaos Demons. down here. And these are the Chaos Space Marines. So these are Space Marines that have been turned to the dark side. And as you can see, it actually has their stats. Which is awesome. And then we have the Dark Angels, which I know a little bit about thanks to my time to Archer's Siege of Vrax series, um, which is sort of like the lore series that really got me heavily involved into um, Warhammer. I'm still reading on lore. I'm watching lore videos in my free time, and then we have uh, after those we have the Death Guard. So these are one of the specific uh, forces of Nurgle, if memory serves, one of the four Chaos Gods. He's all about plagues and pestilence. And then after him, we have the Death Watch. I believe they're forces of another um, Death God, but I'm not entirely sure. Chaos God. And then we have the Dukari, which are, I believe, is a version of the um, one of the factions of the Eldar. That's right. And then we have the Dream Stealer Cultist, which I don't really know that much about, to be honest. Um, and then we have the Grey Knights, which, if memory serves, they are basically Space Marines, but they're also Psychers, which are mental people who had to use a bunch of psychotic attacks. And then we have after them the uh, Leagues of Rotan. Ooh, a little bit of lag there. We have the Necros, which are basically Immortal Warriors. Ooh, that thing looks really deadly. And then we have the one of my favorite factions, the Orcs. Um, I love them because they believe anything they imagine becomes real. And one of the interesting one of the things I know that they can do, based on a little clip I saw, is um, if you shoot them and you do if you pretend to shoot them, they will fall over dead if you do it right. Um, but it could also turn over and be a disadvantage for them if they think they're a tank, and they will believe they are a tank. And then after them, we have Space Marine. I think we have um, 4 Terminators and a Terminator Sergeant, and we have uh, a set of Infernus Marines, which I believe have flamethrowers, and then we have 2 Captains and a Librarian. Okay. And after the Space Marines, which I think are using the Ultramar, um, uh, yeah, I think they're using the Ultramar chapter. And then we have I believe, another faction of Space Marines, the Space Wolves. And as we go into the last four, we have the Tau Empire. Um, you know, uh, who are one of my favorite uh Xeno factions. Um, because I really like how they look and operate. Then after them, we have the Thousand Sons, which I believe is a traitor legion, if memory serves. Um, and then we have the Tyranids. We have a Fire Sage. Okay, yeah, and then we have Termagants, which are the basic block units. And then last, we have the World Eaters. So, and that's all of these units. So hopefully later today or tomorrow, I can see if I can get um a game or two um of where I would play one of these factions. So, and hopefully I can get someone from the Tactical Tortoise Discord that actually is focused on playing Warhammer games on Roll20. And I'm not talking about combat reports. I think a lot of people play 2,000 man point armies, so they have a lot more points. I think these are like anywhere between 650 to about I think it's 600 to 750 points armies. It depends on the faction. But we have everything from your standard termagants to dreadnoughts, to impulsors, and we even get some artillery, um, some rhinos. I don't think there's any. I think we don't have any Lehman Russes. Um, so I will be playing. I want to see if I can get each of these armies. Um, because as I said, I've never played Warhammer 40k. To emphasize this, I'm a complete and utter beginner, but I've always wanted to. Um, thanks to Tabletop and Tactical Tortoise for doing this. But before we actually end this little video, this is sort of like an intro video into me playing Warhammer 40k. I will have a link to the. Oh, he actually adds the book. Okay. Okay. So let's actually read the book here. Oh, that's a nice picture. Um, I will actually have to get you guys a link because I'm not gonna read it on camera. Um, but basically, we will be doing an introvert. So let's actually go to a special wheel that I set up, and let's see what is the first army I will be playing as. Uh, so this is the wheel I have set up, and let it spin and see what we have. So we will be playing in my first ever campaign, the World Eaters. Okay, which let's actually bring it back to the tabletop simulator. So that is these guys right down here. So This army includes 2 Calgon the Bloodied skulls for Chrome, which is one of the uh uh I think is the chaos god of blood and fighting. We have a bunch of Chrome Berserkers, um, a lot of Chrome Berserkers. We even have some champions to lead them. Yes. So we have 2 squad of Chrome Berserkers being led by a Chrome Berserker champion, which are their squad leaders. And then we have a squad of Jackals with a Jackal Pack leader and a Dishonored. So they have actually pull these cards out so you guys can actually see what they have. So their default secondary objective is worthy operate every champion of crime, be they mortal or demonic, seeks to claim skulls for the of mighty foes to cast before the blood god's throne in tribute. At the end of battle, you score 63 points if your opponent's warlord is destroyed, if uh, your opponent's warlord was destroyed by an attack made by my lord, which I have no idea. I would have to actually read the book for them. I score 10 victory points instead. So they have their tactics are rage unchecked for those who strike at the fail to kill them outright. Only serves to further enrage the survivors and by their bloody hand ensure their own destruction. It costs 1 CP. On my shooting phase or fight phase, target one of my berserker units from my army that is below half strength and has not been selected to shoot or fight in this phase. Until the end of this phase, the weapons equipped by this models in unit have 1 sustained hit. I believe that means if uh, they hit, they actually get um, uh, they automatically do damage to the unit they're attacking. Overwhelming onslaught. This is a epic deed stratagem. The sheer technical ferocities of the world leaders on the charge is enough to haul even the most resolute foes and dishearten or uh, um, paralyze them with unending fears. My charge phrase just after a world leader uh, just world leaders units from the army has ended a charge move. That will these units that enemies must take a battle shock. So basically, they must roll 2d6 dice. All the dice are 2d6 in this game. So if they actually, there's actually on the card they have a leadership rating. If they roll lower to that, their leadership is actually lowered. I don't know what that means entirely, but this allows me to uh, force them to actually subtract 1 from that result. And the last one that's specific to this one, I also get automatically the basic um, uh, all the basic stratagem that everyone gets, as well as these 3. Um, unstoppable fury. As the butcher of nails thunders in their brains, the wool leaders rampage even deeper into the enemy line to smash aside. When it's my fight phase just before a wool unit from your armed sees that applied each time a model in your unit makes a move, it can move up to 6 inches instead of 3. So whenever I believe it's whenever I kill a unit, I can move 3 units to another unit, or 6 or 3 to an objective. Instead of making 3 inches, it's 6. So yeah, that is the beginning. So yeah, I will see if I can get a game today. If not, we'll try to get one tomorrow. But yeah, this is Kavfire signing off, and wish me luck. And blood for the blood god.